Yeah, perfect, perfect. No problem. No problem.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. Brett Kelly, Gelatin Skeleton.
That's me.
What a name. What a name. How'd you come up with that one?
How did I come up with it?
Yeah.
It's a funny thing. The actual story is that my toddler a bunch of years ago was just rhyming. He was just making up words, and he said gelatin skeleton,
Wow.
and uh, and I thought, well, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds like a quiet riot or something like that. So I wrote that down and said I'm going to use that later on.
Right.
And sure enough, the time came and I used it.
Cool, cool. Now it seems like for me at least, a lot of bands are starting to come out of Canada that are getting notoriety, at least in the United States, because like the last two or three interviews I did were all
Hmm.
Canadian bands. You know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so like congratulations, I guess, on that.
Thanks. It's there's not a lot of glam metal or hair metal or hard rock, like whatever you want to call us.
Right.
80s rock. There's not a whole lot of us around here. So there's us, and the only other band I'm familiar with is Lynx.
I
And
just
then
that's who I did. That's who I did.
okay, and they're at the other end of Canada, so we've
Right.
never met in person. And then I just started talking to the guys from Dirtbag Republic, who are
Cool.
out east as well, or sorry, out west.
Right.
So yeah, hopefully maybe we'll all get together and do a tour sometime or something. That'd be
Cool,
cool.
cool, cool, cool. You got a new album coming out in August, Big Trouble. Tell me a little bit about it. You want to go down track by track, and this way, you can give me a little synopsis of each song.
Yeah, I could do that. I don't know the order by heart, but I
I
could do
have it
my
in front of
best.
me. I have it.
Oh, good.
Okay. The first
So
track is VHS, which is the
right
video.
on.
You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So VHS is kind of like my homage to the summer of 1989
Uh-huh.
when when 89 happened in my life. It was Metal Edge magazine, and it was Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich, and the first
Right.
Winger album, and going to the park with my friends and listening to these records and on tapes I should say, back then, and just kind of rocking out. And we'd go to the beach, and we'd go to the carnivals, and we'd meet girls, and that was kind of what it was all about for me. So it was a lot of fun. And so that this song kind of sums it up. The VHS is very when you hear VHS, the letters, you think of
Right.
the 80s.
Right.
And of course, the conceit of the song is that it stands for very hot summer as well.
Cool. 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 Now the next track is 80s Ladies.
80s ladies, man, do you see a theme here?
Right.
I had a good time back then. We love the guys in Gelatin Skeleton. We all love the beautiful ladies, right?
Right.
But something about the ladies from the 80s, something about the smell of the hairspray and the leather and all that other fun stuff that was just a unique time. And we honor the ladies from then who are still rocking out today. I mean, we played the UK last year, and there were so many of them just staring up at us with their bleach blonde hair and their eyeliner, and I salute them.
Right. Right. Much different today than back in the 80s, huh?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But hey, the goth girls with all the tattoos, we'll take them too. They're all really nice too.
Cool, cool, cool. Tell me about Bad Alphabet.
That alphabet is kind of a pun about two people that don't belong together.
Uh-huh.
And so the joke of the song is that you and I together is a bad alphabet.
Right. Cool, cool, cool. Definitely some cool tracks sounds like to me. How about
I hope so.
Ship of Fools? We know, you know, what song that is. It's very popular, you know. But
Ship of Fools.
yeah,
Oh, this one I wrote, so I don't know if anyone's heard it yet, but this one is kind of like just a relationshipy thing about metaphor of things going out to sea and never coming back, sort of stuff like that.
right, yeah. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of different videos that you guys put out or somebody, put out on YouTube. So, I spend a day just tracking down all kinds of videos. So possibly I could have heard it,
Oh, maybe,
So, yeah.
maybe.
How about
Awesome.
you? If you see K.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, what'd you just spell there, Mister?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
that's an angry song about a guy, or I assume it's a guy, whoever the protagonist of the song is,
Right,
uh, being angry at a woman who wronged him named Kay.
Right. Cool.
And it's funny, I didn't know at the time when I wrote it that April Wine, who's another Canadian band,
Right.
had a song called "If You Say K" as well. I had no idea. I've heard it since, but yeah, that's that one. That one rocks live. We love playing that one live.
Cool. Cool. Last Call for Love.
Last Call for Love is the kind of tune that I imagine you're sitting in a pub and you're holding a big mug of beer, and that's the kind of song you'd hear in that kind of environment. And it's it's time to leave. This relationship's over. It's time to get out. This last call.
Right. Cool. Cool. Okay. Scream and Scream Again.
Scream and Scream Again was written by Mike Treblecock from Juno award-winning Canadian band called the Killjoys. They had a lot of big songs in the '90s, and he wrote that, and he said, "You guys should do this one. This one is up your alley." So we recorded it, and it's kind of an homage to horror movies. Mike does some music for horror movies nowadays, and I love horror movies, so that kind of tied in together. So hopefully that'll be the next video as well.
Cool. Cool. If you can't do what's right, do what's left.
That's a good way to
Yeah,
run
yeah.
your life, I guess.
Yeah.
It was something my dad used to say. He'd say, I mean, in jest, he didn't really mean it, but I kind of thought it was a fun expression. And I'm left-handed, so I used to say, "Hey, well, I can't do what's right, so I'll do what's left." But it's kind of a song about being bad and liking it.
Right. Cool. Cool. And the last track, That's Rock and Roll.
That's Rock and Roll is the cover of a Sean Cassidy song. You remember Sean Cassidy from the
Yes.
Hardy Boys?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I heard that song and I thought, oh my gosh, that the girls are all screaming and going nuts over this guy, and it's kind of like a fun, cheesy, clap your hands kind of tune. And I thought that'd be a fun one to try. So we recorded that, and that's on the album as well.
Cool. 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 When you were younger, why'd you go into music? Was that always your preference?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to see my brother's Kiss albums,
Right.
and the big gatefold covers that you open up, and they look like superheroes. And I loved superheroes, and I loved Kiss, and it all seemed so larger than life that it seemed like a really cool thing to do. And then I didn't really think about it until I was a teenager, and then Appetite for Destruction came out, and my buddies and I at the time, we were like, holy crap, what is this Appetite for Destruction? So we would request the songs on the radio, and we listened to it backwards and forwards, and we all said, you know what, let's grow our hair long, and we're going to do what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
And I got picked to be the singer because they told me at the time, back in 19 whatever it was, they're like, you have the best hair, and so you get to be the singer.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
And none of those guys I started off with are still doing it to this day, but I'm still flying the flag for that kind of music.
Cool. Cool. In your younger days, how were you in school?
It was okay. I school was, I was kind of invisible at school.
Right.
I just kept my head down and did what I needed to do, and then I'd hang out with my buddies, and it was all good.
Cool. Cool. You play any
I
sports?
wasn't a bad kid or anything. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah. You play any sports?
No, no. No, nothing like that. It was for me, it was comic books and rock and roll. That was about it.
So what did you collect?
I collected I really liked the Justice League, 1980s Justice League stuff,
Right.
and uh Teen Titans and things like that. So yeah, I still have them to this. I still have all the books I had when I was a kid upstairs.
Wow. Cool. Cool. What's your feeling about vinyl coming back?
I love it. I love it. I wish it wasn't so expensive. I just got the Winger box set, but I couldn't afford the I couldn't afford the vinyl. I would have loved that. I got the CDs instead, but I'll pick up some vinyls here and there. I just got the Honeymoon Suite debut album on vinyl, and I love that. That's the way to hear it. So it's fantastic. Our record is hopefully going to be on vinyl as well. So fingers crossed on that.
Cool. Cool. I see when I was getting the press release, it says recommended for Kiss, Alice Cooper, Winger, and Warrant. Are they your favorite bands?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I wasn't really into Alice Cooper back in the day, but I think I've been compared to Alice Cooper a bit, like vocally,
Right.
and but Kiss for sure, and Winger and Warrant um, are that's kind of the music I would say. I mean, until other people tell me different. I mean, we've had reviews that compared us to Poison at one point. I don't hear it, but that's cool. I'll take whatever comparisons you know people want, but I mean, people got to compare you to something at first to put you in kind of a box, I guess. So if I had to be put in a box with anyone, those bands would be okay.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. What's your first album you ever bought?
First album I ever bought with my own money was the Beatles, Something Else. I bought it at a what do you call it, like a Sears
Right.
store, and that was the first record I ever bought with my own money. The first cassette I ever bought with my own money was Kiss Dynasty, and the first CD I ever bought with my own money was Tough. Comes around goes around.
Cool.
So that's
Wow.
and I still have all those things.
Wow.
I,
Wait,
I guess I'm more. I guess I hold on to everything.
yeah. Wow. What was the first concert you attended?
First concert I ever attended was 1987. It was Def Leppard Hysteria with Tesla opening. And at the time, I didn't know that all concerts weren't in the round like that one was.
Right.
So I was pretty amazed. It was a fantastic show. And not that long ago, actually, I went and saw Bad Marriage with Tommy Skeoch, and he was with Enough's Enough. And during Enough's Enough set, Tommy Skeoch was standing right next to me watching Enough's Enough play, and I was like, "Hey, man, this is the first. This guy was in the first band I ever saw live, so that was kind of cool."
Wow. You saw that tour, Bad Marriage, and was Trickster also playing on that bill?
No, when I saw it, it was Bad Marriage, Enough's Enough, and the Choir Boys. Not with Spike, the other one.
Right, right, yeah, yeah. Because I saw him about maybe a month ago. It was Trickster headlining Bad Marriage, and then Enough's Enough.
Yeah,
Great show, great show. You know.
Trickster's coming to town in November, and we're opening.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. They're
that's
cool
gonna be pretty
guys.
sweet.
They're cool guys. Pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to meeting them in person.
Wow. Yeah. So, like, is your album coming out independently, or you got a label?
Both.
Right.
it's it's coming out through MVD Entertainment, which is an internationally distributed distributor. But technically speaking, the label is a movie distribution label, and we're the first CD they're putting out. So it's coming out through all the same channels that all the DVDs that this company puts out. So you're going to see them in basically anywhere you order your music is going to be available.
Cool, cool.
So
Tell
we're
me,
kind of signed and unsigned at the same time.
right? Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your merchandise.
Well, I have at the moment we have some T-shirts, some logo T-shirts. I have patches, and what else? Uh, Buttons, and I'm thinking of doing a secondary VHS T-shirt. But yeah, I'm looking at getting some more. If anyone has any suggestions for other stuff, like maybe we'll do beanies or G strings or whatever it is people are into. So far, we've been having pretty good luck with the shirts because we have a nice flashy logo that looks kind of visually interesting on a shirt.
Cool. So, if a young kid from high school came up to you and asked you, like, how can I break into music? What would you tell
Good question.
them?
I feel like I'm doing it all the time, every single day, trying to break into music. It's tough. Basically, if you want to do music, you have to really commit yourself to it, or be a hobbyist. But if you want to do it, as try to make it into a profession, you really got to bust your ass because I'm working on this stuff. I'm working on the promotion and things like press releases and talking to radio stations. I'm doing that stuff while everyone else sleeps. So you kind of really got to be into it. And there's different approaches. I mean, because of the internet, we've had a lot of reach as far as fans go. We've got a lot of fans in the UK and a lot of fans in Germany and places like that. But locally, it's tough because then locally you want to play a bar, you got to try to fill a venue, and we're not in a town where there's a lot of what our genre of music is.
Right.
So we do our best, and you just got to keep pumping away. I don't think there's any set formula to it, but just keep pumping away at it.
Cool, cool. What would you tell them the do's and don'ts of the music industry?
The do's and don'ts. Don't sell yourself short. Um, and don't don't screw out don't screw other people, because the people you run into on the way up are the same people you run into on the way down. So be honest, be forthcoming with people, and and don't be a drunk.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a good way. It's when you're playing bars all the time, it's easy to take some beers from people. Like uh in the UK tour, people wanted to keep buying us shots all the time, and I'm like, just buy a CD or something, please. I don't want to drink all this. Like I appreciate that you love
Right.
the experience. You want to have a drink with us, but we got to get to the next gig tomorrow.
Cool. Did you enjoy making the video for VHS?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was very challenging. We filmed it at a bar called the Brass Monkey here in Ottawa, Canada, and what was funny was the person who was going to come and do the playback for us on the machine. He canceled at the last minute. So the playback for because when in a music video you're playing back to a recorded track, right? Had to do it through the stereo of the bar
Right.
because the guy who was there to run the board wasn't there. So we couldn't really hear ourselves very well. So we were fighting like crazy to hear where the song was at. But we had a big crowd of people, and when you got 60 or so people yelling VHS back at you, it's pretty cool. So we felt good about it. And yeah, good times. We did some photos at the same time. We felt pretty cool.
Cool, cool. What's it feeling like when someone asks for an autograph?
It's cool, man. It's it's pretty trippy. Like my I mean, I'm happy. We're always happy to give it, and like we're
Right.
not doing any like paid meet and greets because no one knows us to the degree that other bands are.
Right.
But we're happy to sign anything, man. One time I signed some guy's arm. Somebody
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
me to autograph his arm, and
Wow.
he was implying that he was going to get it tattooed afterwards. And I'm like, you sure about that? I don't think he ever did
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully
Wow.
he sobered up. He sobered up and realized that was not a great idea. But it's cool, man. We're happy to sign anything anyone wants.
Cool, cool. Most of the tour dates I saw so far was in Canada. Is there any chance you come to the United States, the East Coast, maybe?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I've been emailing festivals. Like I emailed like the New England Rock Festival. I
Right.
emailed M3. I emailed Monsters on the Mountain. I emailed a bunch of places like that. And some of them get back, but most of them don't.
Right.
So I'm telling people out there, like, if you want to see us play, ask the festivals to bring us in. We're not as expensive as some of the other bands, but we'll come and we'll rock, and we'll treat it like it's an arena no matter where we play. So we got to get the word out that people want to come see us, or so people want us to come, because at the moment our album's a month from coming out, but we're building up some buzz. So hopefully, I really want to play stuff like the New England Rock Fest or M3 or. And you know what? Get us on the Monsters of Rock cruise. I could use some of that soft ice cream.
Yeah. 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 The New England Rock Festival really took off. It's getting pretty big and stuff like that. And um, actually, John's a friend of mine, so maybe I could put a little thing in his ear about you.
Yeah, please
So
do.
I talk to him all the time and stuff like that. So we went to a couple of shows already up there, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Awesome.
It's more of a family atmosphere at his shows. It's like a family type thing, and it's really a great day. You know,
Well,
so
I'd love to come down and see everybody and shake some hands and you know uh, just sweat with everybody.
cool, cool. Tell me a little bit about your movie career.
Yeah. So my day job when I'm not doing this is I direct movies for a
Right.
living, and so I directed. I'm what they call I've been called Canada's Roger Corman. I've
Uh-huh.
been called prolific because I've directed over 30 feature films, like some notorious stuff like Jurassic Shark and Ouija Shark and stuff like that. And so I got a bit of a fan base going on for that in Japan and France and a bunch of countries like that. And we have I have a ton of movies on Tubi TV and on DVD and stuff like that. It's been going, been going pretty good for 20 years. And um, the most recent movie I just finished is called Kaiju Glam Metal Shark Attack,
Uh-huh.
which should be coming out like sometime at the end of the year, I think. and that combines both my loves because I have glam metal in it and I have making movies. So try to make everybody happy, trying to make myself happy by doing everything I love.
Is there anything else you do besides movie, music?
Uh, Not really. That's enough.
I bet you, you know.
I mean, at the moment, I'm getting this album prepped, and so last night I was doing some interviews for the band, and then I was also doing some interviews with Japanese for Japanese movie theaters. So
Right.
it's kind of cool, man. It's like I'm not flipping burgers, and I'm not sweeping toilets out. So that's sweeping toilets out. Nobody sweeps toilets out, but that'd be a shitty job if it was.
Yeah, yeah.
But so yeah, it's all good, man. I can't complain.
Cool, cool. What are your hopes for this album?
I hope that this album gets out there enough that people start asking for us to come to play it in their town. I'd really like to see some more of the world. We did the UK, like I mentioned, and we had a blast. We played 4 cities in a big festival, and I loved it. And I love to go to I'd love to come down to the States. I'd love to go to Japan. There's already interest from Japan, which is kind of nice. I'd love to go to Sweden. Apparently, would be really cool, and or Germany because they really are into the stuff that we're playing. So that's what I want. Is I want the word to get out there enough that people will come want us to come to their country and play.
Cool, cool. What would a dream come true? Touring with what band?
Man, oh man. Well, Kiss is come and gone, so that's not going to happen. But I'd love to open for Warrant. Would be fantastic, or Winger, or even someone like I remember back in like '92, I saw Wild Side with Babylon AD and
Right, right.
who was the third band? Wild Side, Roxy Blue, and Babylon AD.
Uh-huh.
Man, that would be cool to bring that tour back. I'd
Right,
get
yeah.
on that one or something like that. I mean, we're doing the one show with Trickster, but I was trying like hell to try to get all the Canadian dates so we could tour with them,
Right,
or
yeah.
say
Wow.
we were touring with them.
Yeah.
But something like that, like any band. Basically, one of my bucket list things for this band was to get to open for bands that influenced me when I was younger, and it's happening. So I love
Right.
to keep it going, and even someone Canadian, like some of these Canadian bands, it seems a little more doable. Nothing's impossible, but some of the Honeymoon Suite or Svengali or Helix or something like that would
Right.
be pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, congratulations on Big Trouble, August release. Brett Kelly, would you like to say anything to the fans in conclusion?
Tell your local festivals you want to come see us, and please order the CD Big Trouble from wherever you order CDs. Watch the video. Let's keep rock and roll alive. We want our rock stars to look like rock stars. We want people going out there and raising their fist and having a good time. We don't want bands going out there and staring at their sandals when they're looking down on them. We want to rock. So let's have a good time, and thank you everybody for your support. And I hope that if you hear us for the first time, that you would like to continue to support us. So thank you so much, and thanks to you, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, see ya.